Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. For today's video, we are going to have the last subtopic of chapter 2, which is the multiplication rules and conditional probability. So let's look at several terms that you have to know in this subtopic. The first one is multiplication rule. This one you have learned in the first subtopic, where the multiplication rule is probability of two or more events that occur in sequence. That is multiplication rule. Then the second one is independent event. What is independent event? Two events A and B are independent if the probability of event A occurring does not affect the probability of event B occurring. So the key word here is does not affect. Means that the second event is not affected by the first one. So that is independent event. And then the third one is dependent event. What is dependent event? Second event is affected by the first one. Yeah. So the keyword here is the occurrences of the first event changes the probability of the occurrences of the second event. Okay, that is dependent. They contradict to the independent just now. And then the last one is conditional probability. What is conditional probability? This is the new term for you. Conditional probability is the probability that event B occurs after or given that or if it is known that event A has already occurred. Means that you know that that event happened. After that, you have the event B. So the key word here is the word after, given that, or if it's known that. Okay. Meaning that event B tu berlaku dengan syarat event A sudah berlaku dulu. That is conditional probability. Okay. So basically this one you have to know the concept only because you have learned in the first subtopic 2.1 counting rules. So this is the three things that we want to go through in this subtopic. So madam go through one by one. The first one is independent events. What is independent events? Events that not related to each other. So you have to know this formula, which is A intersect B is equal to PA times PB. This formula is for independent event only. To find the intersection, you just multiply PA with PB. Same goes to if you have four events, A, B, C, and D. So how to find the intersection of all these events? You just multiply everything. PA times PB times PC times PD. This is for independent event only. Okay, let's look at this example. Madam's example ni, dia tak tally dengan your workbook. Sebab madam dah susun ikut yang mana senang madam ajar, which is independent first, and then baru dependent and conditional prop. So nanti boleh go through workbook. Which example yang suit my example. So this one you have in your workbook but different number of example. Okay. So the question is, there are 7 blue ball and 3 red color ball. Select 2 balls one after another with replacement. Find, ni missing the question ni. Find P, blue ball intersect red color ball. That is the question. Okay. So question asks, find the blue color ball intersect the red color ball. Okay, kita ke bawah sikit ni. Okay. So this is what the question asks. So how to find blue intersect red? Okay. So imagine that you are selecting the ball. The first selection of the ball is either you get the blue color ball or the red color ball. So what is the probability of having the blue color ball? Total blue color is 7. Total ball you have is 7 plus 3. So equivalent to 10. So the probability here will be 7 over by 10. So this is probability of selecting the blue color ball. That is the notation. What about the red color ball? This one will be 3 over 10. So this is P red color ball. That's how you symbolize for the first selection of the ball. Okay, for the second selection of the ball, this is the second selection of the ball. Okay, so what is the probability of having the blue color ball again? Okay, question mentioned is with replacement. Means that you replace back the ball that you have from the first selection. You letak balik dalam bekas, baru you ambil the second time. Okay, so the probability here will be the same as the first one just now because you letak balik the ball. So this one will be 7 over by 10 also. Okay, so since you are having the same probability here, so this one will be equivalent to PB actually. Okay, and then what is the probability of selecting the red color ball if the first one is blue? This one is also 3 over 10. You are having the same value as the first selection since you put back the ball inside the urn. So this one will be P red color equivalent to 3 over 10. Then the second one pun sama. This one is 7 over 10. This one is 3 over by 10. So madam just remark everything first. 7 over by 10. And then this one will be P red equal to 3 over by 10. So what is the question one? Blue intersect red color. So blue color the first selection and then you are having the red color. So that is your value that you are having for this question. Blue color the first selection. Then the second one will be the red color. Okay. So this is how you symbolize. This one will be probability of blue color ball intersect the red color ball. You just multiply these two value. But madam write the notation first. So the first one is PB. The second one is P red color. So you just multiply 7 over 10 with 3 over 10. So the answer will be 21 over 100. Okay. So this is the formula for the independent event just now, which is B intersect R is equivalent to PB times PR on D. So this example is independent. This is for independent events, which is the second selection of the ball is not affected by the first one. Dia tak effect from the first selection. Another example of independent, a die is rolled twice. Find the probability of getting number 6 and number 3. So the question asks P number 6 and the word and represent intersection number 3. So that is the question. Okay. So imagine that you roll the die once. This is the outcome, either number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6. So each value, the probability is 1 over 6. All this, the probability is 1 over 6. Sampailah the last one also 1 over 6. Okay. 1 over 6 ni is probability of getting number 6. This one, probability of getting number 1. This one, probability of getting number 2. Okay. This is for the first time you roll the die, and then the second time you are rolling the die, still you are having the same probability. So this one also 1 over 6. Sampailah the last one pun P6 equivalent to 6. Okay. But the question asks, first one is 6, but the second one is 3. So 3 also you are having the same probability. Okay. So the calculation will be, this is your outcome, which is number 6 and number 3. So P6 intersect 3 is equivalent to P6 times, this is what? This is P3 just now. This is P3. Okay. So just multiply P6 with P3. So 1 over 6 times another 1 over 6. The answer will be 1 over by 36. Okay, independent simple. Tak perlu fikir banyak. Because you just multiply everything. Okay, the last example for independent. A coin is tossed twice. Find the probability of getting both head. Okay. Ni congak je. Madam tak lukis the tree diagram. Probability of getting both head means P head intersect head. Okay. That is the question. So how to find the answer? P head intersect head. If this is independent, why this is independent event? Because the second toss of the coin is not affected by the first one. Kalau first one you dapat head, the second one, still you are having two possible outcome. And then each outcome will bring 1/2, the probability. So how to find this value is PH times another PH. So probability of getting head is 1/2. Getting head again is also 1/2. So just multiply these two, you get 1/4. Okay, that is the example of independent event. Event yang kedua tidak bergantung kepada event yang pertama. Okay, next is dependent events and conditional prop. This one they comes together. Dependent events, in independent events, dia mesti ada conditional probability. Okay, so you need to familiar with the symbol first. If events A and B are dependent, okay, dependent, PA intersect B is equal to PB times PA given that B. That is the formula that you have to memorize. For dependent, untuk independent tadi apa? PA times PB is PA times PB is equivalent to PA intersect PB. That is for independent. But for dependent, you have to multiply these two. Okay. So what is this symbol? That symbol we call as the given that symbol. This is given that symbol. Ataupun if symbol. Okay. If it is known. Okay. So kalau you are having this symbol, after that is your first event. So this is your first event. Event B. After the symbol given that is your first event. Okay. And then if you rearrange this formula to have this one as your subject, and then you bring PB to the other side, what happened? PB will be your denominator. This one is the outcome kalau you bawa to the other side. So, this is the formula of conditional probability, which is PA given that B is equal to intersection of both event divided by the first event. Remember, after the symbol ni adalah your first event. So, this is your first event, your denominator. This symbol is the given that symbol. When you will have this symbol, kalau you are dealing with conditional probability. Okay, let's move to the example. The same example as just now, but look at the example. 7 blue balls and 3 red balls. Select 2 balls one after another without replacement. Okay, so this time is without replacement. Find the probability of getting the blue ball and the red color ball. So question is the same question. P blue intersect red color, but different situation, which is without replacement. So this is the first selection of the ball. What is the probability of getting blue color ball? 7/10. So PB is 7/10, and then the other one will be P red color is 3/10. But what happened to the second selection if you do not replace back the ball inside the urn? So blue color will be reduced by 1. Total also reduced by 1. So this one will be 6/9. Okay. So how can you symbolize this one? Recall back the first one just now. Since you are having the same value, so this one will be PB also, which is equal to the first branch of trees. But your current example right now, the value is not the same. Okay, dia tak sama value dia. So how can you symbolize 6/9 is, this one is conditional probability. Probability yang berlaku dengan syarat ada event before that. Okay, so how can you symbolize probability of getting the blue color ball given that the first is also blue? And that's how you symbolize. Given that you are selecting the blue color, probability of blue color, given that the first ball is also blue. Okay, what is this one? Second time you get red color ball. 2/9. Okay. So how can you symbolize 2/9? But sorry, 3/9 because the red color is total 3 balls. So this one will be 3/9. So how can you symbolize? Probability of red color given that the first ball is blue. Okay, Madam nak ajar cara symbolize first. And then what is this one? Probability of selecting the blue color ball given that the first one is red color. What is the probability? Blue color for the second one, 7/9. This one 7/9. And then the last one, red color given that red color, 2/9. Okay. So the question asks PB intersect R. So which area? Which probability? Ball intersect R. Okay. So the answer, the outcome is this one. PB intersect R is equal to, you just multiply these two number. But if you want to symbolize, this is the symbol for both probability value, which is PB multiply with P red given that B. Okay. This is the symbol for the conditional prop just now. Sebenarnya you darab je dua value ni. Tapi the notation is different actually. So PB is 7/10 and then PR given that B is 3/9. So the answer will be 21/90. Okay? Alright. The next example. Madam just go through example first. Later you do the exercise. Of the 300 CFS nursing students, 140 are second year students. Okay, so this one is the given information. 300 total student. 300 total student and then 140 are second year. From students' record, it is known that 80% of the second year student have passed MUET. 80% of the second year have passed MUET and 60% of the first year have passed MUET. The CFS nursing student is selected at random. Find the probability that the student is a second year and the word and is representing intersection. Okay. Imagine that you are the one who select the student. So what is the possibility of selecting the first year student? Okay, this one you have two possible outcomes. Sama ada student to first year or second year. Okay, it's either first year or second year. So what is the probability of having the first year student? Given 140 is second year, so first year is 160 over 300. Okay, that is the outcome. P first year. And then P second year is 140 over 300. P second year. Okay, then the next one is either the event students pass MUET or fail MUET test. Okay, so this one will be is either pass MUET or fail. Pass or fail. If you all nak tulis FSP prime pun is okay. Okay, you can have that notation also. Okay, given to you, it is known that 80% of the second year student have passed MUET. Okay, of the second year student, this is second year student, have passed MUET test. So this one will be 0.8. Okay. And then the other one is 0.2 because total must be equivalent to 1. So this one will be 0.2. And then given to you also the information 60% of the first year student have passed MUET. 60%. So this one will be 0.6 and then the other one is 0.4. Okay. So question asks second year and have passed MUET. Second year and have passed MUET test. So which event that the question asks? Second year and pass. P second year and pass. Okay. So how to find the answer? P second year, you just multiply these two, second year and pass. Second year times P pass. P pass given that second year. So just multiply 140 over 300 times 0.8. So dapat 27 over by 75. Or 37.3%. Okay, that is the answer for part A. Okay, for part B, if the first year student who has not passed MUET, find the probability that the student is a first year student who has not passed MUET. The word who also representing the intersection event. Kalau who tu is in the middle. Okay, in the middle of the sentence. The question asks P first year given that second is 0.2. Is it 0.2? Sorry, 0.2. Who is intersection? Dia bukan given that ni. Sorry. So this one will be P first year intersect not pass MUET means fail lah. Okay. So first year and not pass MUET. So which one? First year and not pass is this one. First year and not pass. That is for the second answer ni. So you just multiply that two, which is P first year times P fail given that first year. So just multiply P first year is 160 over 300 times P first year given that P fail given that first year is this one. Okay. Ini kalau you nak symbolize ni is P fail given that first year. Okay. So that one will be 0.4. And then you just multiply everything, dapat 16 over 75. 16 over 75. Okay, that is for part B. Okay, for part C, have passed MUET. Madam copy balik. Madam copy back the tree diagram. Paste it here. Okay, so which event is pass MUET? So how many events do you have for passing MUET? Sama ada dia first year or pass or second year or pass. So the first one is P first year and pass. The second one is P second year and pass. So if you are having more than one event, you have to add on. Yang ni darab lah macam biasa. 160 times 300 multiply with 0.6. This one 140 over 300 times 0.8. And then you just add on these two. Ni kena tambah je. You just add on these two. So the answer will be 52 over by 75. Okay, that's how you find part C. Part D, first year student given that, you have this word, given that he or she pass MUET. So how you symbolize first? P, after the word given that ni, this is your first event. First event is after the word given that. Ni your first event. Yang ni the second event. Okay. So P second year, given that pass MUET. Okay, P second year, given that pass MUET. So this one will be, just substitute into the formula of conditional probability, which is second year intersect pass over P pass. This is the formula just now. So just substitute P second year intersect pass is, this one. This is second year intersect pass. 140 over 300 times 0.8 over by P pass is your answer just now. Okay, 52 over 75. That is how you answer for conditional probability question. 6 over 13. Okay, the last one. For this dependent event. Fail what if it is known that, you have this keyword. If it is known that he or she is a second year student. First kena tahu symbolize dulu. Selepas ni adalah you punya first event. This is your first event. This is your second event. Okay. So the question asks P fail given that first year. P fail given that first year. So kalau masuk dalam formula, you akan dapat P fail intersect first year over by P first year. Fail intersect first year. Ada tak sebelum ni? First year intersect fail. This is the answer. Ataupun this is the solution. 160 over 300. 160 over 300 darab dengan 0.4 divided by P first year is 160. 160 over 300. Okay. Tak nampak pula bila buat ke sana lah. Okay. This is the calculation. Alamak. Sambung kat sini So this one, you are having the same thing ni. So boleh cancel out. So the answer will be 0.4. How you get the 0.4 here? From the calculation just now, which is P first year given that P fail given that first year is equivalent to 0.4. So kalau you tengok dekat this symbol, which is your first event? This is your first event. P second year. Second year. Not first year. Asyik salah je madam sorry P second year. Second year. Okay. So P second year intersect P second year P fail intersect second year over by P second year. So betul tak yang madam ambil tadi value dia? P fail intersect second year 140. 140 ni. Typo. 140 over 300 times 0.8. Ni Ni. Second year intersect fail. Okay. So darab dengan 0.2 over by 140 over by the same thing. Sama je konsep dia. Cuma value yang medium ambil tu tersilap. So answer is 0.2. Okay. If you look at these two questions, D and E ni, both are conditional probability question. So kita akan guna this formula. But, okay, if you look at the part E question tu, which one is your first event? This is your first event, remember? After that symbol given that, this is your first event. And then if you look at this tree diagram, your first event will be this one lah. Either the student is first year or second year. Okay. So untuk soalan D, your first event is pass or fail. So you cannot straight away refer to this diagram. You have to use this formula. But for part E, the first event is second year. You can have direct answer from tree diagram actually. Fail given that second year. So second year fail. So this is actually the symbol of symbol ni. Bawa ke sini lah. This is the symbol for P fail given that second year. Ni adalah P fail given that second year. So the answer is 0.2. Straight away dapat jawapan from the tree diagram. No need to substitute into the formula. Okay, so some question boleh dapat direct answer from tree diagram. Some question you need formula to find the last answer. Okay, that is example for MUET test. Okay, next. In a class containing 12 men and 18 women, 2 students are selected at random to give an impromptu tazkirah. Find the probability that both are women. Okay. So to select the first person is either the person is man or women. So what is the probability here? This one will be 12 men. 12 over by total is 30. Okay. Total is 30. So this is P men. And then this is P women. P women is equivalent to berapa orang? Total 18 over by 30. So question asks what? Both are women. So soalan nak yang ni. Women and women. So kita fokus on that branch of trees only. So what is the probability here if you are selecting a woman for the first selection? This one is 17 over by 29. Okay. Is this the equal value? No. So how can you symbolize this one? The symbol is P select women given that the first one is also women. Okay. Contoh kalau madam tulis yang ni. What is the value here? Okay. So kalau the first one is man, the second one man also, you are having 11 over 29. But the second one is 18 over 29. Total dia is reduced by 1. So how can you symbolize this one? P women given that men. That's how you symbolize. Okay. So apa yang kedua, apa yang pertama? Ni semua ada conditional probability conditional probability events. Inside dependent event, you are having the conditional prob. So how to find the answer? Ni macam tulis kat atas sikit. PW intersect W is equivalent to P woman times P women given that women. So darab je lah. 18 over 30 times 17 over by 29. So the answer 0.3517. Okay. Okay, the next one. This one kalau you are having the total number of people. The next one, when a small sample is selected from a large population and the subject are not replaced, the keyword is large population, the subject are not replaced, the probability of the event occurring changes so slightly that for the most part it is considered to remain the same. Okay, means that if you are dealing with the large population, even though you select 1%, 2% or 3%, the probability does not affected by the selection before that. Sebab dia punya value changes so slightly. Okay, contoh, example 7. If 18% of all Malaysians are underweight, find the probability that if 3 Malaysians are selected at random, all will be underweight. That is the question. All will be underweight. Okay. So you want to select 3 people. So the first selection is either the person underweight or not underweight. Okay. So your diagram will be this one. I'm going to draw the diagram for you. Underweight or not underweight. For underweight, the probability is 0.18. 18% is representing 0.18. So this is P underweight. And then the other one, P not underweight is 0.82. Okay. That is for the first selection of the person. For the second selection, still you are having 2 possibilities. Either the person underweight or not underweight. Sama je. Still you are having underweight or not underweight. So what is the probability here for selecting the underweight person for the second selection? Okay. This one, you have to assume the probability remain the same because you don't know the total population. Question just give you 18%. So you cannot convert 18% to is equal to 18 over 100. Okay, you cannot convert this one. You cannot assume Malaysian is only 100 people. Okay, so if you are given the percentage, not the exact value, we are assuming that the probability is remain the same. Okay, regardless of how many percent that you choose. So the probability here will be 0.180. So this one is 0.82. Same goes to the second one pun sama juga. The second selection also the same. The third one, pun sama. Okay, the third one also having the same possibilities. Okay, so madam copy everything. So question asks, all will be underweight. All will be underweight. So which event all will be underweight? Underweight the first one, underweight the second one, and also underweight the last one. So this is the outcome that the question asks, which is P underweight, intersect underweight, intersect underweight. Okay. So is this dependent or independent event? Independent, yes. Why independent? This is independent event. Why independent? Because the second selection of the event is not affected by the first one. You still have the same probability for each outcome. So you just multiply everything. Multiply P underweight times P underweight times another P underweight. So 0.18 times 0.18 times another 0.18 ataupun 0.18 power of 3 only. 0.0058. That is the answer. Okay? Okay, the next one is on the checking part. Check independent events. Okay, you are having three relations. The first one is A given that B must be equivalent to PA. Dia mesti equal to PA ni. Yang sebelum simbol tu. And then the second one is if you replace B with A, B given that A is equivalent to PB. Dia mesti sama this value. PB, PB. And then the last one is PB, PA intersect B is equal to PA. Ni typo Ni PA. PA times PB. So if these three relation is equal, that means that you are having independent events. Sebab soalan suka tanya on the concept part. Alright, okay. Okay, the last example. Ni class exercise. Okay. Ni on the checking part only. The table below give the breakdown of the source financial aid given to students. First year, second year, third year, final year, scholarship, loan and parents guardian. One student is chosen at random. Find the probability that he or she receives scholarship. Okay, receive scholarship. So how many person receiving scholarship? You have to find the total value here. Berapa total ni? Write down the total first. Total is 80. Receiving scholarship. Okay. So the question asks P scholarship is equivalent to 80 over how many total people you have. So kira semua. Find this one. Loan you are having 66 and then the parents guardian is 84. So total will be 230. Ini total semua And then kalau you add on the first year, second year, third year and final year pun nanti you akan dapat the total 230. Okay, that is for part 1. Part 2, receive a scholarship given that you are having this word. Given that he or she is a first year student. How can you symbolize? P scholarship given that first year. Okay, So selepas word given that ni, ini adalah your first event. So this is your second event. So first event letak after this symbol. That is your first event. Okay. So madam nak ajar cara cari conditional prop by using the table. Okay, by using the table. P scholarship given that first year. So given that first year means you just focusing on the first year. Kita focus on the first year only. So where is your first year student? This one is your first year student. Focus on the first year only. So how many total first year? 14 plus 20 plus 33 is 67. Okay. So out of 67, ada how many students receiving scholarship? Scholarship ada 14 only. So the answer is 14 over 67. As easy as that. That one kalau you find value direct from table. Kalau from formula, ambil tunjuk dua-dua ya. What is the formula for this conditional prop? Scholarship intersect first year over by P first year. Okay. Scholarship intersect first year is this one. This is scholarship intersect first year 14 over total. That means over by sample space. 14 over by 230 over P first year. So how many total first year? 67. 67 over total sample space. So when you cancel out, you still having the same answer. 14 over 67. So kalau you dapat soalan dalam bentuk table, better cari answer direct from table. Easier. Okay, much more easier. Okay, number 3. Is a first year student if, the word if also representing the conditional prop. So how can you symbolize? P first year given that he or she receiving scholarship. Dia terbalik dengan yang tadi tu. Okay, ada terbalik dengan yang tadi tu. So which one your first event? Your first event adalah after the symbol. This is your first event. After the word if adalah your first event. So focus on the first event only. Minta padam balik yang tadi. First event is scholarship. So highlight scholarship. This is your first event. So how many total students receiving scholarship? Is 80. So out of 80% ni, how many first year? So how many first year? 14. So answer is 14 over 80. Ataupun simplify further, 7 over 40. That is the answer. So kalau conditional prop untuk table ni, dia boleh cari direct answer je. Okay, the last one. Is a first year student given he or she does not receive a scholarship? Okay. So this one will be the keyword given. So after the word given, this is your first event. First event is does not receive scholarship. So how can you symbolize? P first year given that does not receive scholarship. That's how you symbolize. Okay. So this is the first event, does not receiving scholarship. So which one does not receiving scholarship? Focus on these two events. Ni yang not receiving scholarship. Which is berapa ni total ni? 66 plus 84. Okay. 66 plus 84. So out of 66 plus 84 tu, how many is first year student? So berapa orang first year? Yang ni lah. 20 and 33. So just substitute. 20 and 33. So simplify 53 over 150. Okay. Okay, next. Are the events receive scholarship and first year independent? Okay. This is how you answer. Receiving scholarship is PES. First year is P first year lah. P first year. Okay. What is the relation just now? Kita ada 3 relation tadi ni. Okay. You can use either one. Tak kisah nak guna yang mana satu. Okay. Let's say madam use the first one. A given that B equivalent to PA. So in this case is S dengan 1 lah. So you need to find scholarship given that first year. Is it equal to P scholarship? Okay. Scholarship intersect first year, you are having the answer from ni. Scholarship intersect is scholarship given that first year ni. 14/67. Jadi dia dapat answer dah. 14/67. Is it equal to PS? PS answer yang ni tadi. Ni pun tak habis buat tadi. 230 answer part 1 just now. 80/230. 80/230. So is it equal? No, it is not equal. So how can you conclude? How can you conclude? Both events are not independent. Are not independent since P scholarship given that first year is not equal to P scholarship. Okay. So kena state lah this value. This is the things that do not equal. Okay, not independent because the value is not equal. Okay. The last one. Are the events receive a scholarship and first year student mutually exclusive? What is mutually exclusive? Mutually exclusive is P dua event yang tak boleh berlaku serentak. Okay. Dua event yang tak boleh berlaku serentak. A intersect B must be equivalent to 0. Ni in general lah. But in this case is scholarship and also first year. So do you have any intersection between scholarship and first year? Ada tak value dia? Ada. From table. Mana? Scholarship intersect first year. Ni scholarship and first year. 14/230. So this one will be 14/230. So the answer is both events are not mutually exclusive since PS intersect first year is equal to 14/230, which is not equivalent to 0. That's how you answer. Ni mesti kena ada ni. Justification and also your answer. Okay. So class exercise, try to do example 14. Ni homework. Example 14. And nanti dia bagi the question in the exercise part. Okay. So homework, just fill in all the examples yang Madam tak cover in this video. Okay. So homework is all example in workbook lah. In workbook. Okay. So that's all. Thank you. Aduh.